The Seljuk Empire was one of the largest empires in Islamic history. It extended from the borders of China in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west. The Seljuk Turks saved the Muslim world at a crucial period in history and stood as an impenetrable barrier to the Crusader invasions from Europe. The Seljuks united the fragmented Muslim world and created a scientific and cultural renaissance that uplifted Muslims. The Seljuk ruler known as Alp Arslan defeated the Byzantine Empire in the year 1071 and captured the Byzantine king known as Romanos IV. As a result, the Seljuks conquered Anatolia and introduced the region to Islam. Besides being skilled warriors, the Seljuks were also good at promoting talented individuals within the empire. One of these people was Nizam ul-Mulk, who was a Persian polymath that was appointed as the Grand Vizier of the Seljuk Empire by Sultan Alp Arslan. Nizam ul-Mulk served as the Grand Vizier of the Seljuk Empire for 30 years and created a scientific renaissance that produced great scholars such as Imam al-Ghazali. In order to unite the ideologically divided Muslim world, Nizam ul-Mulk established schools across the empire, which came to be known as the Nizamiya schools. These schools taught a wide variety of subjects, including Quranic studies, jurisprudence, history, mathematics, and medicine. Nizam ul-Mulk established branches of these schools in cities such as Baghdad, Nishapur, Balkh, Herat, Isfahan, Mosul, and Basra, in order to evenly spread the availability of education throughout the empire. Nizam ul-Mulk appointed great scholars to teach in these schools, such as the Persian mathematician known as Umar Khayyam and the historian known as Muhammad al-Shahrastani, who wrote books on comparative religion. As a result, the Nizamiya schools produced great scholars such as Imam al-Ghazali, who went on to become one of the most influential scholars in Islamic history. During his time as Grand Vizier of the Seljuk Empire, Nizam ul-Mulk also built hospitals, mosques, roads, and markets, and he established a postal system throughout the empire in order to communicate with governors more effectively and quickly. Nizam ul-Mulk also made various military reforms and diversified the Seljuk army, which was previously dominated by Turks, and he filled the army with a mixture of Turks, Persians, and Arabs in order to prevent rebellions. Because of his successful reforms, Nizam ul-Mulk became one of the greatest ministers in Islamic history. Throughout his reign as the Seljuk Grand Vizier, Nizam ul-Mulk wrote the book entitled Siyasat Nama, which is a guide to administration and governance. Nizam ul-Mulk was eventually assassinated by the extremist Ismaili assassins, who were angry at Nizam ul-Mulk's promotion of Islamic education, which was undermining the extremist ideas of the Ismailis and their ability to recruit young followers. The last strong Seljuk ruler was Sultan Malik Shah. After the death of Malik Shah in the year 1092, the golden age of the great Seljuk state came to an end, and an era of political divisions and civil wars began. Although the Seljuk Empire did not reign for as long as the other large Muslim empires that came before it, the influence of the Seljuks was felt many years after their demise. The Seljuk Empire produced many great scientists and writers, such as the polymath known as Nizami Aruzi Samarkandi, the physicist known as Al-Khazini, the geographer known as Afzal ad-Din Karmani, the Arab poet known as Al-Hariri al-Basri, and the Persian poet known as Nizami Ganjavi. The Seljuk legacy of knowledge and science continued to influence empires that came after it, and the Nizamiya schools established during the Seljuk period were still active during the empires that came after it. For example, the Nizamiya schools continue to produce great scholars such as the Persian writer known as Sadi Shirazi, who studied at the Nizamiya school in Baghdad during the 13th century. The empire also left behind great architecture. The Seljuks constructed great mosques such as the Alauddin Mosque in Turkey and the Mosque of Ardistan in Iran, as well as many other great buildings such as the Karagan Towers in Iran, the Mausoleum of Ahmed Sanjar in Turkmenistan, and the Sahibiya Madrasa in Turkey.